All right, let's move forward with the player char. Therefore, we go into main layer, BB hero character, and open it up on full blueprint editor. Let's have a look at the viewport. We want to edit the BB hero character. It is a class as a child class of the base class BB character. Our game, we want to edit it on the right side. We go to pawn. Here we want to disable the controller rotation role. When you arrived under pawn section on the BB hero character, there is an use controller rotation yaw. It have to be deactivated, disable it. The rotation role have to be disabled. And the rotation yaw also. Okay. So make sure there's nothing enabled. The next settings is the capsule component. So open up the capsule component on the left side and we will edit it. If we want to do something else in collision, you go to collision and collision presets. The pawn is nice, but we want to customize it for our game. First, we want to ignore the collision responses for the camera object. So just click on camera and we ignore it. The next settings is the mesh itself. So click on the left side on mesh, and here we have the skeletal mesh. We just want to search for a mesh, and we click on Terra My Export. Would be exported from Blender. Back to BB Hero char. Click on the Select Asset from Content Browser arrow, and here we are set up with our skeletal mesh element. Here we want to adjust the skeletal mesh with the capsule component. So just in case it has been rotated to the blue arrow, just press E and rotate it 90 degrees. And W to move it down, to adjust it rightly. We can choose the perspective, for example, front, back, right, left, the right side. For example, we can adjust it so the mesh is facing the bottom of the capsule component, something like that. Next, we want to arrange the capsule component itself. Just select it and press perspective and on the right. We just want to adjust the capsule component to be higher, maybe something around 100, and adjust the mesh. Click on mesh, and now we can move the mesh downstairs so that it fits our capsule component and save. Once we use performance, we only capture collision on the capsule component. So we want to go to the mesh and deactivate the collision for the skeletal mesh, the mesh itself, under collision. And there, for the mesh, we want the collision presets, no collision, just no collision. So we have no collision here and save. Now we can click compile and compile save, and we can drag and drop our BB hero character blueprint class in our test level and see how it looks like. Just click on physics, simulate physics, and test if it stands still. Just go to 3 dots and simulate, and we see that our character is standing, and for now it's okay. So we can work with that. Now comes the part with the camera for our game. Therefore, we go to the BB hero char and want a spring arm. Just get to the capsule component and then add spring arm. The spring arm have to be a child element within the capsule component. So if it's not right arranged at your game, just drag and drop it to the capsule component. Then we need a camera. The camera have to be a child element at the spring arm. Just select the spring arm, add, and then camera for the camera component. Now we can get to the camera settings, and for the camera, we can get the camera settings is the camera options. Use pound control rotation. We enable the use pound control rotation for the camera. We want the camera to be a little bit higher, so we can have something behind it. We have to adjust the height something like 60. I'm sorry, we have to get the height of the spring arm. So back to the normal 0, then select the spring arm here, and the spring arm we want to move towards this location is something like 60. So the spring arm you can move upwards. There are cool features in the camera. You can edit something in post-processing, like color gradients or lens, film, and so on. So you can create some special effects in-game. We don't get into it, but you may change something around to see the effects later on for your game. So keep in mind, if you need something like post-processing, the camera element has the feature for you. So you don't have to get the post-processing in the world, and just keep in mind the camera element have the needed settings for you. Next, I want to adjust the character movements. The character movement, so the character will run a little bit faster. Maybe max walk speed crouched, can get it up to 500. Then the next settings in the character movement is to rotate a little bit faster. The walk speed, you can adjust it like you want in your game. And there's also something like rotation rate. And the rotation rate says how fast the character rotates the game. You choose something like 730. So the character basically rotates a little bit faster. And to do so, we also have to orient the rotation to movement, enable it. Since the rotation is to the movement oriented. It's basically a rotation rate, a little bit faster, orient rotation to movement enabled, and be a little bit faster by walking, max walk speed, something like 500. Compile and save. This is a very important place, like the movement. If something not moves as you wish or like, so it is a good place to check or double check if everything is correctly in the character movement settings for your character. Depends also on the character you create, and this is a place to have a look at. Now the baby hero character is ready to go. So basically the hero character have to be selected in the game mode. So we can double check it. The base classes, there's our game mode, source game, and we have here the default pawn class, the BB hero character. When you look, it is also enabled here. So this is ready to go. Just in case you don't have it, select it, game source game, and default pawn class just on the you selected assets from content browser, arrow, and reassign it, compile, and save. That's for this video. Basically, when we start this game, or the simulation here, it starts the game, we see that the player char is there, and he just can't move at the moment. And the movement and game logic behind it, we will solve in the next videos. See you there. Just remove the player char. So when the game starts, we are in this position.